Got a question from Oliver. After 10 years of working out, manual labor work, and guitar playing, that's an interesting combination right there. I hope you don't do them all at the same time. Some days my hands feel pretty beat up. Are there any exercises you can recommend to help my hands recover between activities? Well, the other night, Garth Brooks had a special on Facebook, and they asked about how long he'll play, and he said, as long as his fingers hold up. And I thought that was really interesting. You said hands. Now, there's a couple of things there. It's funny because as a strength coach, do you mean the ability to take rips and tears on calluses, that kind of thing? Or do you mean basic hand stuff? Okay. Well, that didn't come off well. So let's just talk about this kind of thing, calluses and blisters and stuff like that. My coach, Dick Notmeyer, was a huge believer in something called corn husker lotion. And back when Eric and I would train, when you're snatching and clean and jerking 3 days a week, doing front squats, snatch grip deadlifts, ever using straps, my hands were just destroyed. But the idea is if you get corn huskers lotion or any other thick, it's got to be thick that you can rub in. That seems to be the best thing I ever did for my hand care. As for the hands and wrists, we do a number of things in our gym. And let me just show you the fundamentals. When I first started Olympic lifting, people would tell me, well, the reason front squats hurt your wrists is you need wrist flexibility. And they would tell us to do this stretch here. And that's great until I later found out, because of that surgery, is that actually there's a band right here. And so a martial artist taught me this wrist stretch, where you put your pinky on your sternum, you grab your thumb and hand, and then you drive your wrist down your sternum line, your belly button line, okay? And that stretches this part. Well, when I started working with the material of Steve Ilg, I-L-G, he started reminding us that we should do stretches this way and stretches this way. If you look at some pictures of me online, there's one meme that says push-ups, you're doing them wrong, and I'm doing a push-up with my hands on the ground this way. Well, it's not a push-up. I believe it's called the cobra, the downward dog to the upward dog. We do those cobras, or pumps as they're sometimes called, in this wrist stretch position to get more flexibility in the wrists. So if it's the condition of your hand, Cornhuskers lotion. If it's wrist flexibility, think about these drills I just showed you. But I want to add one other thing. Make sure you're working your joint mobility. So you can do something as simple as thumb loops, wrist loops, and go both ways. And it's kind of nice. There's no cracking today. And then these individual finger loops. Now, it doesn't seem like much, but a lot of people, this is the first place arthritis gets in, certain kinds of arthritis. So I'm not sure this is going to, I don't think it's going to prevent arthritis, but you'll certainly get some insights about where you are on the condition of your joints by doing those. So I reviewed skin care, basic wrist flexibility, and basic finger, thumb, and wrist mobility for you. I hope that helps, Oliver.